welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about the finishing up of Umbrella Academy, which is volume 2 and 3. I think they're called volumes. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I am just kind of getting into comics. I mostly read manga. So yeah, let me know if I'm wrong in any of my verbiage. But anyway, so I finished the comics of Umbrella Academy. At least what I know is out. Like, it says at the end of the... This is Dallas. The third one that it's over? Yeah, this concludes the Umbrella Academy series. So, I guess it's over. I didn't like it. My history, if you haven't seen, I think a while ago I reviewed the first comic. Yeah, I don't think the comic books with what we get from the show versus the comics, one, this is completely and totally different. So, like, if you're expecting Gigi and the other... This is Hotel. Hold on, guys. The people in the mask that work for the Department of, like, travel through time... I forgot what they were called, with the suitcases, they're not even introduced until Dallas. And Dallas does really focus on Five. There's a couple more characters, but it's mostly Five. I didn't like Five in the show, and I really don't like Five in here. As you can tell by the cover, he is pictured as a lot younger than in the show. In the show, I think the actor has to be probably around 18 years old, or around there, probably for, content purposes and stuff like that. So he's a little bit older, in the show as he is here, and that's okay, because he's supposed to be young. He's supposed to be like a 100-year-old man in like a 10-year-old's body type of thing. But yeah, the characters aren't the characters to me, because like they are in the show. I think, and that gives very good prompts to whoever wrote the script and the actors themselves. The actors themselves did a very good job with these characters, because they are nothing like this. Because the white violin is like an actual character. It's not just, man, I think her name is Ellie. But yeah, that Elliot or Ellen Page's character, I don't know, I forgot what their name is now. But that character, like, I always went back and forth, because I always felt like them now, but when we first started, she, like, was a little bit more, like, sometimes it felt like she was just, like, being kind of bratty, and I'm like, there has to be a reason why he did not want her to participate, and then you find out how destructive she is, and then you're like, okay, this makes sense now. But I didn't always like that character. The rumor girl, I love her still. She's big in the Hotel Oblivion, which you really don't. So if you got into the Hotel Oblivion season, they really they don't enter the hotel until probably like maybe 3 or 4 pages towards the end. Sorry, guys. So the Hotel Oblivion was a really big part of the third season. I can't think of how many seasons, but yeah, so they focus on different villains that are in the mostly in the show it's their father that they're always like that's their main villain is their father and dealing with their daddy issues and oh sorry guys. I'm gonna try my ring light again. Let me know. Um, but anyways, so and that's something that we got from the television series was it was mostly them working through their daddy issues. So it brought the cast closer together because they had kind of this major like where do I belong in society thing where in this it's like they've kind of just accepted it so it's a lot different and this is to me is more violent and it's violence to be violent. Sorry guys. Which I don't like. I don't mind violence. Like don't get me wrong. I swear my apartment is haunted. Um I don't mind that. I want it to be for a reason. So if there's like a big battle on the screen, like that's fine. Like there's a reason. Like we're fighting a big battle. We're going to have violence. But for something like sorry guys. But for something like this, where it's just violence to be violent and to be able to have the guts and gore on page, it's just not, wasn't something for me. It started getting kind of old in Umbrella Academy, like the TV show. Like sometimes I felt like they went a little too far sometimes. But this, I'm like, okay, this is enough. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so I don't definitely not keeping it. Like I think I would probably rate but like the overall enjoyment of the comics maybe like 2.5 to 3 stars. Where like if I had to talk about maybe like my overall enjoyment of the TV show, it would be a solid probably 3.5. I didn't like the last season. If we got rid of the last 2 seasons, it would have been a 4. Like I really thought the first 2 seasons were really really good. Um the first season like setting up all the characters I thought was really well done and then going back in time to the 1960s was really well done and then it just lost me. Um so I don't know. And then yeah, I read these so I've been I hope that's my last yawning session. Don't count on it. um but I'm participating in Escape the Readathon, which is a readathon. I can link her channel. I think her name's Leslie. This is my first year participating, but there's like so you have like 6 major prompts and then you open up the door. It's like escape the cruise ship is the theme. And then you open up the door and then you get games. So the games, like you really want to be able to read as much as possible. So I've been reading a lot more of my comics and stuff recently for that. And I'm just like, I just don't think I'm a comic book person, which is fine. Like, it's okay to admit that. I think I'm more of a manga if I'm gonna, you know. And I think I just like the art better in manga. There's art you're not gonna like in manga either. I like that it's a little less dialogue, more into, showing, not telling. Um, I like that in books too. Like, show me, not don't tell me, unless we need some type of dialogue sometimes, but most of the time it's like, please, I would rather have a writer show me than tell me. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so there's gonna be a lot more probably comic book related reviews on this channel for a little bit. I don't own too much more than what I've read, because I stopped collecting because, one, it gets so expensive, and two, these series are so long. Um like, I have Vinland Saga right here. That's like, I don't even have the whole thing because I think there's a 13th volume, and then I'm missing like seven. So I'm like, I don't even have all of it, and it's taking up a whole shelf. Where most of my book series are like 3 or 4 books, and sorry guys, minus Wheel of Time, which is like 14 books or something like that, which I haven't finished, but it takes up so much room, and it's so expensive. So I stopped collecting them. Now, does that mean I can't go to the library? Yeah, no. I will still go to the library. There's like a lot of manga I still want to read. And I have Viz too on my phone and computer and stuff, but collecting wise, like, and that's what I want to get through, so I have like the perfect collection is what my goal is. And yeah, Umbrella Academy is not enjoying gonna be joining that, but I think if he wrote this as like a character analysis, which I feel like the show is more associated with it, because I felt like each character got their time to really, you got to really get to know them between the first and second season. So, and if he did the same thing with the comic books, which it's really hard to, unless you do like a comic book for like each individual character, which is really hard. I would probably read this if like he did light novels. I don't think that's something comic book people do. I think that's more of a manga uh oriental type thing, is to change their manga into light novels. But if he did something like that, it might be better, cuz I think this is a very more of a character driven, driven series. Um than it is anything else. I really think, and the TV show explores this a lot, it's really about their daddy issues and them like working together through not just like the villain of the day or whatever, but their daddy issues. And I think that was the whole thing that, really brought the show to life, is that whole thing. So yeah, I'm not probably gonna do any more with this. I didn't like it. Um, I was hoping to be able to kind of talk about it a little bit more, get some character in depth stuff, but I'll probably just leave it alone unless I rewatch the show, and then I might talk about the characters again. But otherwise, thank you for coming down. I'm here Thursdays and Sundays. I might have a few extra videos just because I'm going to be reading through a lot more. But otherwise, you guys have a lovely day. If you like my content, like and subscribe. And I will see you in a video coming real soon. Bye.